Hello, everybody. My name is Lorraine. I'm from Canada, and I have a verbling class for you at an upper intermediate level. This is a reading class. We're going to be reading about a man who found a very valuable thing for a very low price. And so I'll say hi to people. Snigdha, am I saying your name right?
Yes,
Snigdha, hi. Where are you from?
I am from New York. Presently, I am in New York, and basically,
Oh,
I am from India.
oh, very good. How long have you been in New York?
I have been about a year and 3 or 4 months in New York.
And how do you like New York?
Uh, it is a quite a good place, and the people are so much friendly here, and it's a nice place.
Interesting. And how did you enjoy the winter in New York?
It is too windy and too cold, and we never
Yes.
enjoy the season here.
Summer is better, for
Yes,
sure. Welcome to the class.
thank you so much.
And Eliza, hi. Eliza,
Hi.
hello. Am I saying your name correctly? Eliza, I can't hear you.
Hi, Lisa. Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Sometimes the connection is not good and your sound cuts in and out, so sometimes I don't hear you. Do you hear me okay?
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, good.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Uh, Sometimes, but there's still something strange going on. So maybe try turning your volume down just a little bit. That might help. Where are you from, Elisa?
From Italy.
Okay, very good. What part of Italy?
And Florence.
Repeat, please.
Near Florence.
Near Florence. Okay, very good.
Hi.
Okay, well, I'm. What is the weather like near Florence today?
It's really sunny, and it's about, I think, 30 degrees.
Oh, nice. Here it is raining and about 20 degrees. So I think I'd rather be where you are. I think maybe we'll get started with our lesson for today.
Yeah.
I have posted the worksheet in both chats, and I will share my screen share with you. Here we go. If you click on my icon at the bottom of the page, this will pin the screen share so that it doesn't move when people are talking. So just click on my icon and let me know if you cannot see the blue screen that says a lucky find. Okay, good. Before we start reading, we'll do a little bit of vocabulary work. We have some words in green at the top of the page. We're going to match them up with their meanings. So the first one, an original work of art intended for graphic reproduction. Snigdha, what
Yes.
do you think that would be?
Original work of art intended for graphic reproduction. Is it mm, print?
Yes, it is. You are correct. Very good. Eliza, a shop that sells used items, usually to raise money for charity.
Uh, Thrift shop.
Exactly. Very good. Okay, Snigdha, visible signs, for example, lines or spots.
Markings?
Yes, good. And Eliza, no longer clear or bright.
Faded.
Yes, faded. Good. And Snigdha, a profit made from an investment.
Return?
Exactly. Very good. And Eliza, the last one.
Chuckle. Chuckle.
Yes, a quiet laugh is a chuckle. Are there any questions about those words? All right, good.
No.
All right, now we're going to complete the definitions with the following words and expressions, and this is from paragraphs 5 to 11. When we get to the reading, that's where these ones are found. So, Snigdha, likely or credible? Any ideas?
Plausible?
Repeat, please.
Is it plausible?
Plausible, yes, exactly.
And what is the meaning of plausible?
Likely or credible. This means that this is something that is possible. So if somebody was supposed to meet with you, but they are very late, and they tell you a story about why they're late, and the story seems like it's possible. For instance, I was stuck in traffic and the bus ahead of us broke down and I had to wait until they moved the bus. That is a plausible reason for being late somewhere. It's likely, it's possible, it's plausible.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, and the next one, Liza? A place where goods
I
are
think
sold
the
to the
auction
highest
house.
bidder. Yeah, it's an auction house. Okay, and Snigdha, reproduced in order to deceive people.
Forged?
Forged, yes. Liza, have enough money to cover your basic expenses.
I don't know. I don't know if is it fishy?
No, not fishy. Snigdha, do you have an idea what it might be? Okay, so it's make ends meet.
Okay.
So I have enough money to make ends meet at the end of the month. And this just means that I've got money to pay my rent, my hydro, my phone bill, whatever. But just enough money, nothing extra. But I can make ends meet. Okay, so Snigdha, suspicious, doubtful?
Fishy?
Yeah, it's fishy. Something fishy about that. And Eliza, the last one, no anger towards someone because of something that happened.
No hard feelings.
Yes, no hard feelings. So these are sayings in English, making ends meet or no hard feelings. and they always mean the same thing. So no hard feelings is somebody won, they won fair and square, and there are no hard feelings, no anger. Are there any other questions? All right. So we're going to find information in the article. So let's read the questions that we're going to be answering. And then when we read the document, we'll have these in mind. Hi, Akaken. How are you today? Akaken, are you there? I see you.
Yes, I'm
There
here.
it is. Good. I'm glad you joined us. Very good.
You?
Okay, so Akaken, can you read the first question we'll be answering?
Okay, how much did the print cost?
Good. Eliza, number 2.
How much did Bodish sell it for?
Very good. And Snigdha?
How many signed prints did Picasso make for his 1958 exhibition?
Very good. Akaken?
Who donated the thrift store?
Okay, who donated the print to the thrift store? Good. Eliza, number 5.
What does Bodish plan to do with the money?
Okay, so I'm going to switch my share. Also, if you have downloaded the work, it will also have the reading on it. So just let me get to the spot. All right, so we're going to do some reading. Snigdha, can you read the title, subtitle, and paragraph 1, please?
A lucky find. An unemployed man's luck changes after discovering a signed Picasso print. An unemployed American man has browsing at his local thrift store for items that he could restore and resell when he noticed a Picasso poster. He handed over $14.14 for what he saw as a nice commercial print. After a closer look at markings on it, he sold what's believed to be a signed Picasso print for $7,000.
Very good. I just want to bring you back to this word. Could you say it, please?
Browsing.
Browsing.
Browsing. Okay.
Yes, browsing. And this word means he was looking through things. He was just going through and picking up this and looking at that. We call that browsing.
Okay.
Good. All right. Eliza, could you read 2 and 3 for me, please?
Yes. A pretty good return, said Zachary Bodish of Ohio with a chuckle. Can get that at the bank. The 46-year-old Bodish said an online search led him to the print's history as a French exhibition advertisement. He began to look closely at some faded red writing on the print, which he originally saw were random pencil marks.
Okay, good. If you have any questions about what is being read, please, as soon as the paragraph is finished, go ahead and ask questions. Akaken, number 4.
It wasn't until I realized where the signature would be, and that those little red marks were right, where the signature should be, that I got out a stronger magnifying glass and determined that, holy cow, it's a really Picasso, Bodish said.
Okay, good. Snigdha, can you read 5, please?
Bodish said he consulted with art experts and met with a representative from Christie's auction house to authenticate the piece. Christie's representative confirmed that bodies met with a specialist, but the auction house said its policy is not to comment on items that aren't sold through it. In this case, Bodies decided to sell the print privately in April.
Good. Thank you. Liza, number 6.
Lisa Florman, an associate history professor of Ohio State University, has written a book on Picasso. She examined the print only through photos, but said it's very unlikely that the piece is forget. She said she'd examined many forget Picasso signatures in the past, but felt confident about Bodish's print.
Okay, so this word is forged. Forged.
Forged.
Good, yes. All right.
And forged meaning?
Okay, that was where it has been, it's not the real one. Somebody has made a copy, and it is not a real Picasso print. Okay. It's a copy that is forged, okay. Not real. Okay. Number 7 and 8, Akaken.
Okay. Florman said Picasso designed the print of advertised a 1958 exhibition of his ceramic work in Valence, France. There were 100 prints made for the exhibition, and Picasso signed them all. But Florman said Bodish's print is possibly one of only a handful that Picasso personally reviewed before they were mass-produced.
Okay, very good.
How do you pronounce signed or seen them all? Picasso in number 7, at the end of number 7.
Signed them all?
Signed.
Signed, yes.
So without the G and the E.
Exactly,
signed.
Yes, signed. Another one of those crazy English words where we don't pronounce certain letters. Okay, number 8 and no, number 9 and number 10. Snigdha?
Yes.
Can you read those?
Florman said Picasso signed so many prints. It's very plausible that the piece ended up at a thrift store in the Midwestern United States. It's kind of a fun story, she said. There's nothing about it that seems fishy. Ed Jetler, a retired English teacher, claims the print sat in his basement for years before he decided to donate it to the thrift store. Zettler has no hard feelings.
Very good. Okay. Akaken, can you continue with I gave it away?
I gave it away, someone else found it. He fortunately saw more. It's his, Zettler said. That's the risk you take when you're bringing something to the thrift store.
Okay, and Eliza, number 11, to the end.
Bodish said he plans to use the money for day-to-day bills, including his mortgage, utilities, food, and even more thrift store finds. It's just been a difficult struggle to make ends meet, he said. Emma have been fated to find it.
Okay, very good. So this word is another word where we don't pronounce a letter. We don't pronounce the T. It's just mortgage. Mortgage. Repeat, please.
Mortgage.
Good. Okay. And remember, when a word in English that starts with a vowel, don't put an H on it. It's just even, not heathen.
Okay.
Okay.
And we
All right. Very good. Now let's go back to the questions. And they are here. All right. So, how much did the print cost? Akaken.
Yeah, print cost $7,000.
No, it didn't. That's not how much Bodish paid for it. What did he pay for it?
Mhm.
Anybody? Does anybody remember?
14.
$14.
$14.14.
Yeah, okay. I forgot to do these ones. So $14.14. Very good. All right. How much did Bodish sell it for? Now, Akaken, how much was that?
$7,000.
Yeah, $7,000. Really good return. Very good. How many signed prints did Picasso make for his 1958 exhibition? Eliza?
Yeah. 100.
100. Good. Who donated the print to the thrift store? Snigdha?
Floorman?
Repeat, please.
Is it Floorman?
I don't think so. What was his name?
Number 10. Ed Sutton.
Yeah, Zettler. Ed Zettler, yeah.
Okay.
So it was Ed Zettler. Whoops. Okay, what does Bodish plan to do with the money? Akakin?
Yeah, maybe he plans to use the money for day-to-day bills, including his mortgage, utilities, food, and even more thrift store finds.
Okay, he'll reinvest. Very good. Are there any?
Maybe he want to buy the similar things from
Yeah.
the thrift store. Okay.
I'd like to find something like that. Okay, so we have phrasal verbs in this reading. So let's see if we can figure out what the phrasal verb means from its context in the text. So we have the paragraph that each of these phrasal verbs is in. You will have to check the paragraph to figure out, unless you already know, what the meaning is. So, for instance, we'll start with number 1, Eliza. This is provide someone with something that you no longer want or need.
End up.
It's not end up. This is providing. Pardon?
Handover?
Very close. There's two that are so similar that they get mixed up, but handover is not it.
Or give away?
Give away. Give away, yeah. You're going to give it away. So you give it away to the thrift store, or you give it away to somebody else. Okay. Give or pass something to somebody. Snigdha?
Hand over?
Yeah, hand over. You're going to hand over the keys, for instance, to the car. Okay, Akaken, remove something that was inside somewhere.
Get out.
Yes, so I'm going to get out my wallet to pay for it. Good. And Eliza, number 4.
End up.
Now we end up with the end up. Good. finally appear in a place that you didn't intend to go. Yes. I ended up at a party. Okay. So now you're going to try using these phrasal verbs because it's no good just learning about them unless you can use them in a sentence when you're talking English. So, use the phrasal verbs. Tell your partner about a time when you or somebody you know handed something over to someone reluctantly. Let's see. Snigdha, I want you to, well, just tell us, tell everybody. Can you think of a time when you had to hand something over to somebody you didn't really want to?
Yes, I have to hand over my most favorite uh, teddy bear to my sister.
Oh, no.
So I
Oh.
loved it very much. I have to give it as because she is so sad and she is crying continuously. I have to give her.
Okay. Now, is Snigdha, is this in the past that you had to do it, or are you in the process of doing it right now?
No, I had this in my past.
Okay, so you need to do this in the past tense. You use the past simple. I had to hand over my teddy bear to my sister.
Okay.
Okay, so using had, I had to hand over. Okay, very good. Let's see, Eliza.
What's the difference between giveaway and handover? Because they are really similar.
They are very similar, you're right. So when you give something away, it means, oh, you know what, I've got 3 of these and I don't need all 3 of them. I'm going to give away 2 of them. So you give them away with you don't want it. You don't need it, you don't want it. So you give it. When you hand over something, it just means that you're passing one thing to somebody else. So it could be handing over a teddy bear, and maybe you didn't want to hand over that teddy bear because you loved it and you want to keep it yourself, but you're being kind and generous and you hand it over to somebody else. Or it could just mean you're going to let somebody borrow your car, but they need the keys. So you hand over the keys. It just means you take them out of your pocket and you give them to a person. You're not giving away the keys. If you gave away the keys, it means you don't want them anymore. They're gone. You know, they're going to take the car and drive away and you never want to see it again.
Okay.
But handing over something just means you're passing it from one person to another person. They hopefully will pass it back to you when they're done with it. Okay, so yours, Eliza, is ended up somewhere unusual or dangerous.
You know, that you did. Okay, somewhere unusual or dangerous. Last Sunday, it's, how can I do the past tense? Handed up.
Ended up. What you see on the screen there, that this is the past tense. Ended up.
Okay. Last Sunday, I ended up in a rock near the sea to do a, I don't know in English, to fall.
I'm sorry, to...
Wait, I don't know the word. Deep? Plunge deep?
Can you write it in Google Chat so I can see it? Dive.
Dive.
Yes.
Is it correct?
And the dive is a good word, but the past tense of dive, do you know what it is?
No, but it's a sport. It's like a sport.
Yes.
It's a
Well, then
name,
it's
not
diving. Diving. I went diving.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So can you say your sentence now again, please?
Last Sunday I went diving, but it's finished like this. I need to use handed up.
That's right. And what this means is you went somewhere you didn't intend to go. So for instance, I went to a party last night, and for some reason, after the party, I ended up at a bar that was really scary because there were a lot of very drunk people there.
Okay.
Do you want to try again or wait for another one?
Another one.
Okay, that's fine. Akaken, tell us about a time when you gave away something important.
When I was a kid, I collected cards like
Baseball cards or
anime characters
okay.
card, and I gave some important cards to my friend. Gave some important cards away to my friend.
Okay. So you gave away a card you wish that you had kept.
Right.
Oops, I didn't mean to give that one away. Okay, good. Yes, that works. Okay, Snigdha, tell us a time when you ended up somewhere unusual or dangerous.
In the last month, we went to the Six Flag theme park,
Uh-huh.
and there uh, I have I had to climb on some rides, which I don't want to, and I had to because of my uh, mm, friends are insisting me. So I have had to ended up with uh, the dangerous rides.
Okay, so the way you'd say this is last month I went to the Six Flags amusement park, or whatever it's called, and I ended up having to go on scary rides that I didn't enjoy. So you didn't intend to go on those rides, but because of the pressure from your friends, you ended up having to go on the rides. So notice how I used it. I ended up having to go on the rides. It means you were forced to do it. You didn't want to go. Okay, so Eliza, I want you to try the one, handed something over to someone reluctantly. Eliza?
Okay. The example before, so my mother asked me to hand over the key of the car.
Okay.
Or,
Yep, that works. My mother asked me to hand over the keys to the car. Maybe you did something bad. She's taking away your car privileges. Okay, good. That worked. Okay, and Aka-Ken, tell us about a time you ended up somewhere unusual or dangerous.
Tell me. Yeah. Right after I got the driver's license, I was wandering the city, and I end up to go to the very narrow road.
Okay, I ended up on a very narrow road.
Ended up on a very narrow road,
Mhm.
and I was very nervous about that because of my technique of driving
Okay.
narrow road.
Okay, very good. Yes, exactly. So when you use ended up, it's usually when you're going to describe something that was uncomfortable or you didn't enjoy. Although sometimes it can also be good. You could say, I went to a party and I didn't want to go, but I ended up having a good time. I ended up having a good time. So you're talking about the end of the experience, how it ends. Okay, good. Any questions? All right, let's see what else we have in this. Okay, so we're going to look at more phrasal verbs with get, give, and hand. Let's see if we can connect the phrasal verb with what it means on the right in green. So read the sentence and then match the phrasal verb in the sentence. Sneekta, can you start with number 1?
While she was driving her new car, the engine suddenly started to give out.
Okay.
Do something bad or wrong and not get caught, criticized, or punished for it.
Okay, well, think about the sentence. While she was driving her new car, the engine suddenly started to give out. What do you think happened to that car?
The engine stopped to work.
Right, the engine stopped working.
Stop
So,
functioning.
yeah, exactly. So it's G, stop functioning, fail. So we're looking at these phrasal verbs in context. Try to figure out the context from the sentence. It's okay if it takes a moment or two to think about it, and then try to see if on the right side there's a definition that's similar to what you're thinking about. So, Eliza, try number 2.
Jason and his friends always get away with cheating in their exam. See, do something bad or wrong and not get caught, criticized, or punished for it.
Exactly. They get away with it. Good. Aka-Ken, number 3.
No chocolate for me, please. I'm trying to give it up. F. Stop doing something, for example, a bad habit.
Okay. Good. I'll have the chocolate then. I'm not trying to give it up. Okay. Snigdha, number 4.
Although she really wanted another chocolate, she did not give in to temptation. Uh, allow a feeling or desire to control you.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Eliza, number 5.
The teacher was ready to hand out the worksheet at the beginning of the lesson. Distribute. B.
Right. Distribute.
Distribute.
Be careful about the H on out. This is just out, not hout. Okay? Hand out. All right. Number 6, Akaken.
Mrs. Jones keeps the family jewels in a safe place in order to hand them down to her children. E. Pass to the next generation.
Yes. And Snigdha, number 7.
I was surprised how well my new girlfriend and my sister get along, have a good relationship.
Good. Are there any questions about these phrasal verbs? Okay. So let's try putting them into the sentences. Eliza, can you start with number 1, please?
Have you ever been in a car when the engine suddenly it was before give out?
Okay, now we need to change the tense because these
Gave.
are just, gave out.
Gave.
This is in the past, so gave out.
What happened?
Good. Okay, and number 2, Akaken.
Is there anything in your family which has been handed down for generations?
Okay, hand down is in the present tense.
Has been handed down.
Good, yes, handed down. Excellent. Snigdha, number 3.
Have you ever something that was bad for you? Gave it up?
Okay, but now try to figure out how you're going to say it in the past.
Gave it up?
Not give it up.
Gave.
You're on the right, it's the right one to use, but we have to reorder the words a little bit and put them in past tense.
Is it gave it up?
I'm going to write it in verbling. We're going to use the past participle given.
Okay, okay.
So, have you ever given up something that was bad for you? And did you later?
Then I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will no longer use in this phrasal verb.
Well, give it up is the base phrasal verb, but the something is the it. So we have you ever given up something?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Did you later? Giving giving
Yep.
to
Give in to temptation. In this case, because it's talking about a later time after giving up something that's bad for you. Later, did you give in to the temptation? It's a question.
okay.
Okay. All right. So number 4, Eliza.
Have you ever I'm trying.
That's okay. Take your time.
Got along?
We're
I'm not
talking-
sure about the verb.
In this case, it's not getting along with someone. It's doing something.
Yeah.
They're promotional flyers, and so you're taking them from door to door and leaving them with people. What do we call that? We had it in the vocabulary section where it said distribute, to distribute.
Hand out?
Yeah, hand out. Have you ever
Hand it out?
handed out? Yes. Good. Okay. Akaken, number 5.
Have you ever gotten away with something bad or naughty?
Yes. Gotten away with. Again, we're using the participle gotten. Very good. Snigdha, number 6.
Do you get along all your colleagues or classmates?
Okay, get along, and there should be another word there. I should have put it up here. Get along. Can you see what? Get along with. Get along with. Do you get along with all your colleagues or classmates? Okay. So again, we'll practice talking. I'm going to have each of you ask each other these questions. So let's start with Akaken. I want you to ask Eliza any one of these questions. They don't have to be in order. You can choose one.
Okay. Have you ever gotten away with something bad or naughty, perhaps as a child?
I'm thinking I was a very nice child.
You never did anything bad. Everybody has done something and gotten away with it.
No.
No? Can't think of anything? Okay, make something up.
I sometimes I need to use some of these verb.
Yes, you. For instance, I'll do this one for you, Eliza, okay? This is how it works. So we got asked the question, have you ever gotten away with something bad or naughty? Yes, once when I was in grade 1, I got away with stealing some candy from another student's desk.
Okay.
So it means I didn't get caught. I got away with it. All right. So, Eliza, I want you to ask Snigdha one of these questions.
Do you get along with all your colleagues or classmates?
Sorry, I can't follow you.
Number 6, question 6.
Okay. Yeah,
Snigdha,
I always used to got along with my classmates.
okay, when you use used to, that is the past part of the verb. I used to, and then you would use the infinitive of the phrasal verb get along. I used to get along with all of my classmates. Okay, so as the used to is the past part of the verb. Used to get along with. Good. Okay, so Snigdha, you're going to ask Akaken a question. Any one of them.
Okay. Have you ever been in a car when the engine suddenly gave out? What happened?
Yeah. Yes. It happened to. It's also right after I got a driver's license. I took my parents to the town for shopping, but my engine kind of start stopping. So I was quickly kind of drove to the gas station. Before that, I said my parents, it's emergency, so to get out from this car, it's dangerous. And
Okay.
I drove my car to the closest gas station to, yeah,
To get it
kind
repaired.
of.
So the way you would answer this
Mhm.
to use the phrasal verb, you would say, I was driving my parents to the shops or wherever it was when my engine started to
Mhm.
give out. Started
Started
is the
give out.
past
Mm,
part of the verb, and then
yeah.
give out is your phrasal verb, and it
Yeah.
would then be in the infinitive form.
Mhm.
Started to give out.
Yeah, started to give out. Yes.
Good. Okay. All right, then I can ask anyone in the class one of these questions.
Okay. Is there anything in your family which has been handed down for generations? Anyone?
Well, no, you have to choose one. Choose somebody.
Oh, yeah. I think 2 minutes, so both of them can answer.
Well, have one of them answer first. Otherwise, both will be talking at the same time. So, Eliza, answer that one.
Yes, we have we handed down an ashtray from my granddad to my dad.
Oh, what was it that was handed down?
Ashtray?
Ashtray.
Ashtray.
Ashtrays, where people put out their cigarettes?
Yes,
Okay, ashtray.
ashtray.
Okay, an ashtray. Good. All right, so you ask a question, please, of someone in the class.
Snida? Have you ever handed out promotional flyers or leaflets as a part-time job?
No, I never handed out any promotional flyers or leaflets.
Good. Okay, well answered. So, Snigdha, then you ask somebody another question. It doesn't matter if it's a question that has already been used.
Okay. I want to ask Akaken. Have you ever gotten away with something bad or naughty in your childhood?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I have I gotten away with something bad when I was a kid.
Oh, but you have to give us an example.
Example.
Mhm.
Yes, because to collect that hero's card, we need to buy the snack. So it was a big boom among children. So we keep buying same snack every day. Every day. So we fed up with eating that same snack. So one day I remember we kicked out that snack package like a soccer ball. We just pray for food. It's a waste of food. So I've never ever said that to my parents.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got away. You got away with buying a snack for the card instead of for the snack.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you didn't eat it. You just took the card and dumped the snack.
Yeah, almost like that. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so Ken, one more. We have time for one more.
Okay. Mm, have you ever given up something that was bad for you? Uh, for maybe Eliza's turn, I guess.
No, I think it's Snigdha.
Singing that. Sorry. Have you
Snigdha, are you
ever
there?
What was the question?
have you ever given up something that was bad for you? Number 3.
Okay. Uh, yes, I have to given up my clothes, which I usually love most. I have to given up it to my sister, as she is younger and she used to cry all the time, and I have to uh, give it to her.
Okay, so in this case, the question is, have you ever given up something? And when you answer the question, you say yes. Either I gave up my clothes or I had to give up my clothes to my sister.
Okay.
Depending on which way you want to save it. You say it. You can use it. You can say it in the past tense, gave up, or had to give up.
Okay. Thank you.
Normally, when you say you gave something up, you usually do that voluntarily. You gave it up and you're fine with that. But when you say I had to give it up, it means somebody else made you do it. So maybe you had to give up your clothes because your parents wanted you to.
No,
Even
no.
though,
Actually, I give her give it to her from my own.
okay, so then I gave up my clothes for my sister, is how
Okay.
you would put that. Good. All right. Are there any questions about using these phrasal verbs or anything else? Anything? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Uh, is there any perfect time or perfect sentences where we can use the phrasal verbs?
Phrasal verbs are things that you'll start to use when you speak English on a more consistent basis. If you're you're in New York, so when you listen to people around you, if they ask you a question with a phrasal verb, you'll almost always answer them with the phrasal verb. So, did you ever give up anything to your sister? yes, I gave up clothes to my sister. So you're using the phrasal verb that they used with you. It's a
Okay.
good way of if you always use the words from the questions that are asked of you, these things will start to come naturally. Okay. All right,
Thank
good
you.
question. Thanks, Linda. And thanks, everybody, for joining me for the class. I hope to see you again in another class. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Have a good
Bye.
day.